baby, ¿qué pasó?
I thought I was your only vato.
That's a good jam. I've seen that too.
You know, that hadn't been in my head for a while, and then when we were sitting out there, James said, what's that song you were always singing? And then it stuck right back in there again.
And who sings that?
Well, there's been lots of people through the years. The Texas Tornadoes had a hit with it.
That's where
in the
originals, right?
late 80s, early 90s. Not the original. I think it's a real, much older than that. And then Las Bandoleros just did a great version of it.
Really? I got to
which they put out as a single and did well.
Because, man, them dudes got some rhythm, man.
They do. Drive. There's no question. Man. It's Mike in the Mountain.
Yes, it is.
Hey, I'm Brian Gary.
Good morning. I'm Scott Cisco.
You seem you're having like quite a hair day today. It's very Maine-ish.
I may have not used enough conditioner. I use a lot of conditioner.
I was going to say I think you use product because it seems to have body.
Listen. When you're sculpting this, man, you need assistance.
I understand. No, this does not just happen.
No, this is not al natural. Well, ish.
No, it takes a little work. There's sacrifice and beauty.
Sacrifice.
So very, very nice.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know if you can hear how lovely Scott looks today, but it's very coming through. Did you?
I did. I shaped up the
beard a little bit.
Yeah, I shaped it up. I talked to my buddy Tyrone.
You shaped your eyebrows too.
I did?
Nah, just.
Oh.
What did Tyrone have to say?
Oh, yeah. So Tyrone, I went in. I said, dude, I want to get like the wedge. There's a really cool beard
went
wedge.
into Tyrone for a wedgie?
For a wedgie, yeah. Tyrone gives good wedge. No, T, man, listen. T-Dog's got it going on downtown Windsor, man. She's okay. She's just scheduled your ass.
My goodness.
She just scheduled you. Harahanis.
Put the phone in the vault.
You might need a wedge. You might need the wedge. But no, Tyrone, I said, dude, what do I need to do, man? Because I want to get this wedge going. And he says, leave it alone. Let it grow. I'm like, he said, yeah, just leave it alone. Let it grow. So I shaved the top part, but down here, I'm letting it go. I am carrying a comb now so I can comb it because it gets a little on its own mind. And next thing you know, I got a piece looking around like, get back down. And, yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
You are trying to fulfill your dream of being in a ZZ Top cover band, aren't you? That's what you're going to do.
That'd be cool, man. I love me some ZZ Top.
So do
man.
I. So do I.
Gosh.
Always have.
Them cats is off the hook.
Man. Oh, man. I love LaGrange and, cheap sunglasses and all those.
Everybody crazy about a sharp dress, man.
Did you ever see that documentary on them on Netflix?
No, but I watched a video over and over and over on that one. It's a good video. No, the documentary, yes, I seen that. That was cool.
Excuse me, what the hell just happened?
Whiplash?
What was that?
Whiplash?
James?
You got me on this one.
No, it's a good video, man. It's a good video.
Do your immediate response is no or to ignore me? Is that what it is when
No.
I throw some out and then you realize, oh, wait, yes, I did.
I had to reel out of that and then back into this. So I'm back.
You were in the Gorilla Glue again, weren't
you? Matter of fact, I was.
Hey, as I looked at my phone, when Siri thought, shh, when that girl thought I was talking to her. I got a friend who has a wife named Siri and a daughter named Alexa. No, and I am not kidding. Seriously.
Where are you going to get in life with that?
He cannot call any member of his family in his house.
No. Oh, man. Dude. That's horrible.
No, it is. It is.
Why would you do that?
Well, it was before. I mean, it's not like he just has like an 18-year-old wife. I mean, Siri hasn't been around that long.
That's true.
So his kid
Siri,
and
her name was Siri.
That's his wife and his daughter Alexa.
That makes me wonder though, because you bring up a point here, Scott, of why would you name that? It's because it can get people in trouble. Because your son called your phone the other day, did he not? And it was an Apple butt dial. And the things he heard over that phone was just, you would imagine a typical teenager.
And you know what? Heard nothing. The boy, but he come home and he was in such a funk, man. He was upset. He had thought he'd said something or said a cuss word.
He knew that his phone was on and you had been listening?
Well, he realized it because after listening for some time, I told James, I said, hey, man, call Elijah real quick. So he called Elijah and then Elijah hung up and then he calls me right back. Dad, sorry, I accidentally called you. I said, I know, baby. I was on for quite a while listening. He goes, you were?
I do that all the time.
The poor kid beat himself up. He didn't do anything wrong. He was being a boy, man. I told him, I said, dude, listen, when you're with your bros, you start shucking and jiving and carrying on. It's all good. And you didn't even say anything bad. You didn't do nothing bad. But boy, he's his own worst enemy. That poor kid, man, he is such a good kid, man. He will whoop his own ass over anything. Over anything, man. But I love that. Yeah, butt dialing.
I love receiving
stuff,
a butt dial because the first thing I do is crank up the volume, and I'm just going to sit there a while and listen. My friend Dr. Bob,
right?
He butt dials me about once a week where he accidentally calls, and I sit and listen to him and Susan talk.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and I'll
that's
just
funny.
Absolutely, and then you'll try to holler and think it's going to come through the phone, and the person's going to.
Yeah.
Happened with my wife the other day. Her friend butt dialed her probably 14 times in a row. As soon as she'd answer and hang up, it would go again.
Oh, wow.
And she was in the middle of a tutoring session. She was a teacher, and she kept butt dialing my wife.
No kidding.
Who was then trying to get a hold of her to say, could you tell your ass to quit calling me? Right. Because, look, if my butt dials you, it has something to say.
It sure does.
All right?
Somebody's going to be talking a whole lot of... Beep.
But speaking of your phone, though, I mean, I picked mine up when that girl was listening, and I looked at it, and you ever look and see some kind of spots and funk on your phone? Like, you wonder what that is, and then you lick it to taste what it is?
No, but go on.
Am I the only one who's ever licked my phone?
Yeah, no, but go on. This is
really, because I've licked yours.
Oh, dear
No,
God.
I'm kind of...
Well, there's your booster shot for the year, Brian.
No, I will admit, when I was pretty sure it was syrup, I've tasted what dripped on my phone.
I don't even want to know.
James, can we just cut that whole part about licking the iPhone?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Because Scott gets his sham, now Brian gets his
Oh,
sham. So.
Great. All right.
So I had a phone call this morning.
Did you lick it?
No. Nope. And there was this big pause. I knew right away. I was like, game on.
Butt dial?
Hello, Mr. Cisco. Are you the owner of Critter Glitter? And I said, I am. Congratulations. You're caller number 10, man. What is the answer? You're the big winner. And he goes, excuse me? I said, you're caller 10, man. This is huge, man. You could win it all. And he says, how much are we talking? I said, oh, man, that didn't work. Click. Yeah.
No.
Well, but I don't own Critter Glitter yet.
You don't own her what?
Glitter, not hers. We've got mail on Critter Glitter.
Okay, before we get too diverted for here, Scott, it's what made that even more
Thank you, James.
funnier this morning.
God bless you.
Yeah, I try. But it's when Scott says, ooh, I got a Florida number. Yeah, let's answer.
Bam!
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, Yep, okay. And then he pulls out his wallet and starts to get his credit card. No, Scott! That's supposed to
Just watch that happen.
Right.
We just watched that go down.
That was fun, man.
Yeah.
I thought, man, he took this one hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is renewing his automobile insurance.
I was like, I need to get a hold of that person who convinced Scott to give him his credit card number. He needs to be our lawyer.
By the way, in case what just went down should happen again during this show, where are the life jackets?
We're still waiting the Amazon. The snowstorm kind of...
Okay, all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, just
no way.
checking on that.
Well, I mean...
You know, it's still, we had gotten so much snow that's still going down the side streets and so forth.
Oh, buddy.
It is piled up, and it's not the kind of snow that you go, I got a four-wheeler, I'll just push through this, because it's an ice block.
Oh, it's the kind that will tear your suspension right out of the front of your four-wheel drive.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we've seen a few of them.
Yeah.
Sitting there with suspension hanging.
I don't think people realize that, though. I say this because
No.
up in the Fort Collins area, the snow is still pretty high, and the streets in the neighborhood streets are still pretty bad. People are just literally just parked diagonally instead of parking on the side of the roads because the snow is just still so high.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, do you not realize you just may have just pulled out some kind of cords because that's ice now?
Oh,
that ain't fluffy snow
it's
that was
nasty,
a couple
man.
days ago. It's already had a full melt.
But it's nasty good, man, because all the moisture. I mean, my pasture, I can hear my pasture taking a deep breath like the new is coming.
Yeah, it actually, the grass belched because it finally got some moisture.
Well, that was my grass because I think I put down too much fertilizer before the snow.
Oh, and that always makes it burp a little bit.
It does. It burps a little.
No, but this has been the most beneficial moisture for after such a dry winter. But as what usually happens here, we'll get nothing and then get so much that the terrain can't handle the meltdown from it.
Right.
You know, which we'll see how this goes and water levels and all those kind of things from it.
I'm curious, Scott. How do you think this is going to affect the beavers up in the mountains? Because usually snow dumps like this creates the floods.
I gotta believe. Watching nature be nature, man. Obviously, there's times that some critters totally get blindsided by geological ecosystems that something like this comes in. I mean, we do see it happen where we'll see dead wildlife, but the beaver in particular, which happens to be one of my favorite species too.
Thanks for getting us right into beaver early.
I figured I'd just break the ice right now. It was so lacking last episode, Brian.
Brought that up.
James, you're an a-hole.
I'm sorry. It wasn't the same.
Yes.
Last episode kind of screwed me up when I was editing.
It was lack of beaver.
So back into the beaver, yes. As I got to believe they had prepped on a serious note with their cache, what we refer to as a cache, and that's the willows and stuff that are froze underneath. I got to believe they were prepped for it, and just like every year we're going to have them pushed down into the low country. We see this every year out of the high country. We've got some areas up here where the folks don't do anything with them. They're kind of anti, trap and utilize and teach their own, man. But inevitably it pushes down through our ranches that we manage. And whenever we get a blockage, it's really cool and interesting. I mean, for people that don't understand, the water district will start calling the ranches up through the high country, up to the top of the mountain going, hey, you got any issues going on with the creek coming through your place or the river coming through your place? And they're like, not that we know. We're not getting the water that we know is up there that's melting off. And then the rancher ends up running the river or the creek going, holy crap, what happened? Beaver moved in, dammed up. Now they're flooding the pasture. And then they call us and we have to go out and take care. I mean, it's never ending cycle, especially with the situation up here we're on, because again, they won't do anything about them up top. And I don't want to eliminate them by no means. I mean, we just need to keep a healthy balance up top so that we don't have problems, because as we know, water is getting more and more scarce. It is the talk of talk. I mean, I have oil, but I'd rather have water. Because it is through the roof, man. Unbelievable.
Well, you don't. Who owns the water? That's what I mean.
Right?
That's what I turn on my water and I think, wait a minute, does the guy 3 doors down from me? Did he buy my rights?
Everything treated out.
Seriously.
Well, and all the pipeline going in the west side of Windsor, that's all going to Thornton. That's Thornton water. Thornton bought a bunch of the water here. The water that I could have had access to on the other side of the subdivision for my property, I looked into buying that, but City of Greeley trumped me, and they bought it out from under me. I couldn't touch it.
You want to get confused, look into water rights and
water shares.
Water shares, yeah.
Yeah, because I've got a ditch around my place, and in order to run one share through that ditch, I need to own a share in that ditch. Now, or a right. A running right, at the time back in the day, was $8,000. That's $8,000 for one right, which allows me to let one share of water, of either river water or rented water.
What is a share of water, by the way? Is that just it's a regulated amount or something?
It is. It's their measurement. So one share of water, like Windsor Reservoir back in the day, if to buy a share, and you can't buy shares. I mean, now it's like mineral rights. It's passed down. And if it does open it up, somebody's going to trump you. A city's going to trump you and take the water. They're going to buy the water. Every city's buying water like mad. They're growing. The fear is water. But so right in the ditch that runs around my property was $8,000. That's just to have a right to run one share. One share of water out of Windsor Reservoir, I think at the time, was $240,000. Now, one share is 1 acre foot. Now, what is 1 acre foot? If you take 1 acre of land and put a foot of water on it, now I don't know. That's the whole thing with inches and centimeters, and everybody's got to have their own measurement. But yeah, one share, which is 1 acre, 1 foot of water standing on 1 acre, is $240,000.
Good Lord, I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
no, I knew it was insane, but I didn't
that was
know it
what
was that.
we wanted to do to our property initially, was get water rights so we could farm it, we could use it, and yeah, we're dry land.
Well, when water is that price, it's making a lot of sense what my wife's dad used to say when he was around, that, if it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down.
Yeah.
We used to catch this guy in the backyard.
Right.
He would go behind our trees using that as a bathroom when he would visit.
Oh, sure.
Because he didn't want to waste the water in the house. He was,
That's
old school.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
also
old
would
school.
put it in neutral not to waste any of the transmission.
Oh, my grandpa with a load of hay going downhill would turn it off.
Oh, no,
Put it in neutral and turn the motor off. We're down at the bottom of the hill going maybe 3, but he ain't going to start it till it comes to a stop. And then he starts it up, and away we go. We never went over 30 mile an hour because that was burning fuel.
Oh, and you'd save on the brakes. You don't want to use them too much. It was just slow into it. Oh, absolutely.
So they were trying back in the day. They had the right mentality, because that's going to come full circuit. It's going to come back around, man.
Oh, no question. Well, let's hope that we all get some free water from the snow that's run off.
Yeah, bottle
treasured.
it up.
I mean, it's crazy when you can't
don't.
even collect rainwater and things like that. You know, I'm baffled by what is regulated and what isn't.
Well, pretty soon whenever they tried to run that tax for each head of cow that we had because they burnt methane.
Yes.
I thought, how long is it going to be before we've got a tax for breathing air?
Oh, they could tax me big time. I mean, seriously, if they're looking for methane emissions,
right? Dude,
follow me after a mushroom pizza.
My cows ain't got nothing on Brian.
Don't worry, Scott. Don't worry, Brian. You'll be one of those.
Your cows bow when I pull up.
You'll be one of those yearly inspections of the cars for the CO2 emissions tests. It's going to be the human facilities.
I have a pin. I have to get a new one each year.
Or something. Yeah.
I actually have a chip I had inserted.
You did get a chip?
I did the chip. And then I do have to plug in every night to recharge.
That does not in the least bit surprise me.
Yeah, well, no, I don't plug in, but Monsters do assist with the recharge.
There's your plug each day for the product we don't have an endorsement deal with yet.
We don't.
All right.
But between Monster and Beaver, I'm a Beaver monster.
I got nothing now.
Yeah,
Can't trump that. I'll put away my Patron.
Patron.
Sponsorships, I do not blame if you do not want to sponsor. I get it. As the editor, totally understand. But I can use new computer equipment. Just
I was going to say, I thought we were a team, and now he
Team
gets his in there.
Team
Schmeen. Son of a... Well, with this snow out there, my grandkids have been having a blast. In the front yard, they'd made snowmen. They'd been digging an igloo, but watching that thing dissipate over the last couple of days.
Quick.
And how the first day the snow was so great to shovel. It was that snowball and snow.
Oh, yeah.
And this slushy you could dig through. But like I said, then it turned to ice. And yesterday in the front yard, I got 5 kids out there. I got my 2 grandkids, and they had 3 friends over in the front yard playing.
Right.
And I see them working on the igloo in this, but then all of a sudden I hear my garage door open, and I look out, and there's 3 of my shovels out there. I get a little nervous, just, the kids, I see 3 shovels, and then, of course, 3 pool noodles. Come out there. What those were needed for, I have no idea. Then a baseball bat comes out.
All right.
That's being swung around. I'm watching these 5 kids slinging shovels, whacking baseball bats around, and I'm inside looking out the window, and I said, Kyla, this is getting ridiculous. Somebody is going to get hurt out there. She said, you need to just quit watching. They're just kids being kids.
Right.
Quit looking at them and just go. I said, somebody's got to watch them because they're playing with this around. Just sit down and relax. 2 minutes later, I see her go by the front window. All of a sudden, the window slides open, and somebody's going to get hurt out there.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's like,
I was on it.
Yeah, no.
That was it. Yeah.
Right, you can't tell me you never had your own stories during the days when you were
Right,
just being
that's
that
what-
kind of. Because I remember back in my days, as crazy as that sounds,
Yesterday.
waiting at a bus stop during one of the storms. You know, as a kid, you just want to throw the ice chunks and watch it shatter against the ground.
Yes.
And you try to find the biggest ice chunk. So when I was waiting for the bus stops, that's what me and my friends were doing, just throwing some ice chunks here and just watching the cool effects. And I got lucky. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at this slab. It took 2 hands to pick this sucker up. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, gold mine. Get it up. Get ready. And I basically did the whole disc throwing thing in the Olympics. You know, you spin around a couple of times and you toss it up. And then as it was coming down, a car went by,
No way.
hit the windshield.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I have never felt time stop before in my entire life.
Isn't that a
but
bad feeling?
Dude,
Dude.
time froze.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, all right, boys, just cloud around me and just hide me. Nope, they were to the side. I was so
Hey,
loud
yeah.
in the corner,
Pointing at you.
pointed at me, going. I'm like, fuck.
There's going to be a beat.
He's going to
in
beat
there.
that one. That
Yeah.
was fun. That was a James self-beat. There was no other word
It
to
wasn't
describe
even
this.
us.
I know.
He totally knew it was going to be us.
But, dude, I got lucky, though. Got lucky. The guy backed up. There was no cracks on his windshield. or
Oh,
anything.
man.
The guy looks at me. It's like, I get it. Kids are kids. But you can see how dangerous this can be. I'm like, nope, you're right. I apologize and everything. Because, again,
That's cool.
You don't realize, though, because being kids, you're more of a reactive versus proactive kind
Right,
of mentality at that time. But, yeah, the guy was really cool. But, dude, that was one of the few times I really felt time just stopped in its tracks. 'Cause
Oh,
it
yeah.
just- you didn't think about it. You're like, dude, this is
Right.
so cool.
Right.
But, dude.
Well,
thinks the car's coming?
you saying as I'm talking about the kids and out there, and you said, well, like you when you were a kid,
You
didn't
didn't
do
do nothing
something
bad.
Okay, the fact that I was a kid and I know exactly what I did is the reason I felt I needed to watch out the window.
Yeah, but
That's-
again, they don't think. They're thinking on a different level than we. I mean, I can remember my cousin Rick. Rick was a little more adventurous.
Okay,
than I
we're about to.
was.
Okay, use no last names.
Rick's idea of a good time was middle of the night, going to a house, beating on the door and running. That was always fun. Mm-hmm. But then Rick took it next level and decided we'd go ahead and go in and see what was in the house. Now, we didn't go in and steal nothing. Rick thought it'd be funny if we rearranged the furniture
That is
and maybe
funny.
took some of the stuff out the fridge. We would rearrange furniture. We would eat stuff in the fridge. And then we'd go as far as to, if their car was unlocked, Rick, put me in the driver's seat, put it in neutral while we pushed their car a few blocks down and parked it a few blocks down. Right up until the dude seen what we were doing with his Volkswagen. Rick took off running, leaving me in the driver's seat as I'm going, why'd he quit pushing? As the dude drags me out of the Volkswagen, puts me on the hood of the car, threatening to kill me. Mm-hmm. I am crying, scared. Thanks, Rick. Who was standing in the alley, flipping this dude the bird, telling him all this, and I'm like, dude, I'm dying, and really, that's what you're gonna do this? I mean, yeah, Rick.
How long's
And
it
I
been?
liked your little comment on Facebook, Rick, about shooting me in the toe twice with the BB guns we got for Christmas. Rick.
Scott, I'm sensing you got some pent up frustration on this, dude.
Yeah, we need to get him and Rick together.
Rick, I
think
hope
we need
you're
a guest
going to watch
appearance,
this, Ricky.
That's So again, if you were, was that around the Wyoming area?
It was, yes.
Okay, so and
Yeah.
you thought
Southside.
that your home may have
Southside.
been violated in the mid to early 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a strong chance that.
It happened.
Okay.
It happened.
Were you
But-
victimized by a Cisco family member?
It wasn't
we have
my
a number
idea.
for you to call
Rick.
for class action.
See, I used to claim that with my wife that somebody broke in and ate all the cookies and drank the whiskey.
Right,
You know,
right.
that's not, what kind of selective criminal was that? Cisco.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
that was
yeah.
it.
That's what I did when she got pregnant. What? How? No, that's a different story. That's a different story. So back to kids. So anyway, the kids today ain't.
I think Cisco just
same
whiplashed himself.
Seriously, did his head hit the windshield?
We used to do
Didn't
back
it?
in the day
did.
because they don't think like we do.
I
They're on
didn't hear a
different
word
level.
you said, man.
that's
I
good.
completely tuned you out. And if you did too, I'm with you. All right. Welcome to my world.
We need to talk about that
Selective
after the
listening.
show,
No,
though.
I'm good at this. I've been married
No,
35 years.
no.
I can fade in and
No,
out
the
of it.
pregnancy was weird, man.
That's
It
a-
was. We'll talk about that after the show, though.
You went back.
Yeah, no.
You know, I tried to
just
give
wanna
us no.
remind
Did you
me.
feel me turn the vehicle down another road, try to safely get us out of
I may
here?
help turn it back.
But he grabbed the wheel and jerked it.
Yeah, he
back.
did. Stay in your lane.
Okay, dude. Wow.
Oh, doesn't that? Don't you hate that saying?
No.
I do.
I didn't know what it meant.
Oh, I used to. That was one of the corporate sayings. I
know.
remember when the new assholes came in and took over at the radio station. These big douche canoes came rolling in, floating in. What was I talking about?
Driving the car.
Staying in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, that was their big saying.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying, look, you all are screwing this up. You're messing with
would
this.
tell
You're messing
you?
with this. I said, I've been here for this. I know you're going to destroy this radio station doing this and that. And they're, stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane, which means sit down and shut up.
Okay,
But you see it all over in corporate buildings. You'll see that in the workroom, in the break room. It'll be stay in your lane
Right.
or trust the process.
And so
that
is
was another
getting-
one of my favorites.
So is that getting rid of the old school to bring in the new school? Because they're going to make it bigger, better, faster, meaner, stronger? Now, and that radio station is better now. What radio station was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
no,
But
I
think
remember
they're
it
better
well.
for it, maybe?
Hey,
No, they're not.
No, there are a couple that they've replaced the people who replaced me. They've had new. Everybody basically has been let go in management except the head guy since
Right.
then. So that's always.
Well, it's kind of one of those.
But-
Here's your sign.
Oh, exactly. But it's actually really fun because I stayed in my lane and it
Yes,
drove
you
me
did.
right freaking
Yes,
here.
it did,
That's
man.
what my lane
Oh.
just went off that road to this bundle of joy.
and what a
I get
bundle
to
of
work
joy
with
it
this
is.
beautifully haired beast every day.
Lusciousness.
Oh, how blessed could I be?
How blessed could you be?
Or how cursed.
Thank you,
What
James.
man's
I'm just,
perspective?
you know, if you
We were
say
at a
it
moment
enough,
there, man.
You know, if you say it enough, you believe it. I mean, how many times did OJ look in the mirror and say it wasn't me?
Oh,
and then until he
hey,
finally, yeah, that was, you know,
Lived in a fit.
no, that was Shaggy who said it wasn't me.
Yeah, somebody gave her a key or something. How was he to know?
I'm not, I know the song. So I'm almost done with it. It seems like every time we jump on, I say, I think I'm done with my home improvement project.
right.
You know,
No.
which will never, ever end. It's like road construction on I-25.
Yes, forever.
It will never, ever
Forever.
end. You always find. And I've always found, when projects, the most difficult part of any home improvement project,
Is your wife?
the second most difficult part of any home improvement project.
Did I say that?
You did, and
Damn, I got a filter.
I
I
didn't
got a
say
filter.
no. But this, I'm kidding.
No, that's
The most
real.
difficult part of any
that-
home
that-
improvement
that's real.
project is starting.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. To get
Well-
yourself motivated enough to
Motivated.
begin. Because I've come to the conclusion through years of fretting and stewing that you spend more time fretting and stewing about something than it actually takes to do that something.
Right.
You know?
Well, and you just got to remember what that old saying says.
Please, I'm afraid.
Why
but what
do
is it?
today what you can put off till tomorrow?
Amen to that.
That's my new mantra.
I like that
Why
very
do
much, but I
something-
know that's not you because you
No,
you talk big.
My butt was puckered up, ready for that bump, and it slid to the left there. I was ready for something, dude. I was with you on that one, Brian.
Oh, well,
But
I mean, there is the Grammys. I mean, that's a whole new level of what they was doing on that stage, wasn't it?
Was I done yet?
No, see, Brian, I was
No, I
hoping to
grabbed the
transmit the
wheel.
Grammys myself as well to you on that, but the bloody hell, this guy just really jerks that fucking wheel.
I know.
Like,
Well,
I know. I'm
it
trying.
went
And
through my head what them two gals was doing on stage.
would you look up partner and
No,
you
I
know
looked
what
that
it's
up on
supposed to be, and like
the
in a
part on
business
the
like
Grammys,
ours, your
It
partner
ain't what I
should try to
remember the
enhance what
Grammys
you're
to be.
saying
I mean,
or
the
jump
Grammys,
in.
As a kid, I actually thought
don't
they
know.
won because
Turn
they
off his
were
mic.
good. They were real. But it
There we go.
turns
So,
out
Thank you.
Brian,
Now
as-
let me get back to what I was talking about. The
Yeah, so-
most difficult part of a project is starting it.
Why is
And the
that, Brian?
second most difficult is trying to talk about it with this loud ass
I
beside
can
you.
help you. I am here for you.
Is his mic
He's still
back
muted.
on?
Yeah, he's still muted.
He's still muted?
he's
Okay, good.
Make
Thank
sure
you.
get your thought across.
Getting back to this.
The Grammy.
So we've been painting.
Oh yeah.
This is the last. Shut the hell up. This was the last of my project. That's it. You're coming over and finishing.
No.
That's all. You are going to finish my
I will
project.
tomorrow.
No.
No, I will tomorrow.
You and my
I'll
wife
be there
are going
tomorrow.
to finish the project in the house.
B.
That's you.
B.
Get her done, buddy.
For my curiosity, Brian, what do you got left on your project?
Oh
That's
yeah.
it.
What do you got left on your
Thank
project?
you, James. God bless you, brother.
No, what
shut up. I got one wall left to paint in my bedroom and a few more baseboards, but I'm painting.
That
Yesterday,
reminds me, I painted a wall one time.
Hold on, I will get to that.
Holy
Hold on.
snap.
Hold on.
screw this. Screw it. Just figure it out for yourself. All right? Just figure it out. I quit. I quit. This is bullshit. Done.
Oh, don't worry. He loves us. He'll be back.
No, he gone. He's gone.
Brian, I'll call him, but his phone's right here, so I know he's coming back.
Hey Siri,
there's no
call
way I
Brian.
You can't leave us, baby.
No, I can't leave you alone.
You can't leave me alone.
I'm not going to do that to you.
No, you wouldn't do that to me.
No,
Would
Brian,
you?
be concerned about him licking your phone.
I was.
Did you lick it while I was gone?
I might have thought about it.
He was
I might have
eyeballing
thought
it pretty
about
hard.
it. It ran
You know what
across
one
my
of the
mind.
hardest parts of a home improvement project is starting, which I learned when we tried painting in the dark. You ever painted in the dark? Shut up! You got a story. We were trying to paint rooms in our houses. And in the dark, it looked really good.
Oh, it
Painting
always
in the
looks
dark,
good in
I'm
the
a
dark.
Picasso, baby.
Oh man!
I mean, we got the worst lighting in the world, and then the next day you get up and look and go, "Good God,
Were
what
there
I just?"
spots?
I mean, seriously,
Oh.
it's not a good idea to paint in the dark.
Wait, was there spots all over the walls and stuff?
There
Places
were,
you
and it
missed?
took me so long to get to this, and I realized it ain't shit. I tried so hard to get here. Now that I'm here, I don't know why.
I was trying to save
I know you
you.
were. I should have gone with you. Anyway, don't paint in the dark. That's it.
So if I'm driving,
That's-
yeah, always get in the bus, man.
No. No, it's terrifying.
Oh god!
Oh man.
Oh my goodness!
All right, let's talk about this because I had through the storm. God, this is a hard job. You have
mentioned-
no idea how difficult this is.
You just mentioned, Brian, it's hard to start a project, and each new conversation is a project.
It's a project. It
with
really,
Scott.
really
It
is.
is. It's hard to get this thing
Oh,
jump
I ain't
started.
laughed this hard since back in the day LSD, man.
I'm glad you're finding it funny. I hope to hell someone else is, because I need hazard pay for this. We've been going, I don't know how long we're going. I got like one thing checked off, and that was two others. I just said, screw it. I can't get to them. I don't know what to do. I don't. So
Oh my god!
through the snow, I'm sure a lot of people also were suffering from PMS, which
Painting something.
parked motorcycle syndrome.
Oh yes, that's right. Yes.
That's it. Now, I have not been on that thing or ridden it for so long.
Oh.
I went out in the garage and saw that the grandkids had decided that red chalk would look good on the saddlebags.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh,
I think you got Scott's attention on this one.
yeah.
No.
Well, I could just see a red hue all over it, and I immediately started cleaning, and I got it off. But I'm telling you that set me back. See, now you understand that. Yeah. But Have you, because you probably have the most difficult bike in the world that I've ever seen to try to ride.
It's a moped.
No, it's not. It's about 16 feet long. The front tire is how far from the bike?
Well, it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there. But the back tire's right there.
Well, you have to, if you want to turn in Greeley, you got to begin the turn in Milliken, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
that's great.
Absolutely. My moped is unique. Unique.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yes.
All right, now, have you put many miles on the actual highway on that?
On this one,
or do you go back roads?
No. On this one, this is more of a show. Yeah, this is more of a show bike.
This is just get to a destination, let people come around and take a look at it, and roll it back home.
Or cruise into Windsor at night, and then I click on the blue LEDs,
and
those
it
look
lights
so
cool.
up like a spaceship. Just top it off with fuel. No, back in the day, the old Road King Classic I had was riding a couch with the Buffalo hangers. Oh, yeah, that was, dude, lots and lots of miles on that bad boy.
See, I remember I got my first bike right after I had a heart attack.
Right.
You know, and it was one of those where I always wanted to do this. This just reminded me you never know how much time bought my Harley.
Right.
I did that. And my friend Charlie had turned me on to this because he had gotten into it probably about 5 years earlier. He just changed his life. He bought a Harley and it just completely set him free in his mind. But I remember him telling the story of when it was like his first ride down I-25.
Right.
You know, on his bike, and he's taking off and he's heading down to Denver, and he's behind a truck that has one of those campers in the back of it.
Yeah.
And he's riding his bike and he's watching this thing shake and start to go loose a little. And he's thinking to himself,
whole camper?
Yeah. That's stuck in the back of the truck. And he's thinking to himself, wow, what if that thing flew? And right as he's thinking, it flew off.
No way.
It came flying off that truck. He ducked down on his bike. It went right over his head and landed in the interstate. And he had to pull over then and try to quit shaking, dry himself off from wetting himself.
Right.
You know, that'd be just absolutely terrifying. Well, I was just reading a story. This happened in Florida, and Charlie's story reminded me of this. A motorist crashed after swerving to avoid a couch. This guy's rolling down. He's rolling down on his motorcycle. A couch flies out of a vehicle. He swerves to avoid the couch and gets busted for swerving into the other lane.
No way.
Yes.
So he's supposed to eat the couch.
Yes. Yeah. They said failing to drive in a single lane, and the police said he should have left enough space behind the truck to avoid the dropped couch.
It's the whole deer thing.
Yeah.
It's that technicality of, you know, do you hit it head on or you avoid it? Because if you avoid it, now you're liable for the situation.
Now, what is the rule
You're
of
on
thumb?
a motorcycle.
Yeah, but what's the rule
You
of
just saw a
thumb, man?
couch. There's no going through.
I get it. I really do.
No, but there's a rule of thumb. For every 10 mile an hour, it's a car space.
It's a car
right?
space, yes. As it
So
should
if you're
be.
going 65 or something, I mean, yeah, it is a whole couch. Yeah, there's lots of variables. I remember bailing right off the highway going to Sturgis one time on my Harley. I mean, going from 9.0 to liquid brakes right now, side of the highway. I had my feet up on the kick-out pegs, man, you know, on the cruising pegs.
Oh, absolutely.
And a bumblebee went right straight up my draws.
No.
Right into Chonertown. And dude, somebody's probably got pictures. I hope they never show up. But I dropped trowel. Jackie and everybody was busting up because they were in the follow vehicle. They were laughing. They couldn't figure out what I was doing, man. I stripped it all off to watch this big old bumblebee come zzz and fly off, man. You talk about a mother of panics.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
a wonder I survived. Not because of the Harley or wrecking the Harley or anything like that, because of the bee. I could have died. That bee could have stung me.
See, now I can't imagine one going up my leg.
Oh.
No, I've had two weird things happen where I was driving through Windsor and a bee hit my lip.
Oh yeah.
And the stinger went in, and then my face started to swell as I was driving.
Yep.
You know, that will freak you out a little bit.
If you ain't got a windshield, that's like one of the rules you learn pretty quick is keep your lips tight together.
Well, and another time, I'm rolling, And, I got my vest part open and it's sticking up.
Oh,
when you're riding
Yep,
the vest is
yep,
flopping,
yep.
you look huge. And I'm going, and then all of a sudden I feel this thing in my back. I feel something moving back there. And then, and I could feel a flutter going in there. So I opened up my vest all the way. A freaking bird
No way.
had gotten into my
you
vest
kidding?
and flew right into my back.
I'd never heard of that.
And I
That's
could feel
wild.
him fluttering around in my back
Dude,
while I'm
I
riding.
would have passed out. I
Oh.
would have just passed out. I'd have been so scared.
It
There's some kind of bug.
freaked me
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah. No, I
No.
couldn't.
No. Bird in the
do that.
vest, bee on the lip. That's all I had. I never had a bee in Choner Town.
Oh, man. When you get you one of them big old black striped bumblebees.
Oh, the furry ones.
Yeah, man. It ends up in Choner Town. Life's over. It's done. You man, planning on the grave, the headstone. It's, man. No, it was.
Okay.
Oh.
Since we're going to Choner Town,
Well, those guys take some mountain lions, skunks,
No, yeah.
bears. But
Yep.
It's a bee up the pants.
Dude.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
It was nice
no,
knowing
it's
you all.
over. It's over.
GG.
Yeah, GG.
see if you've
Bye,
ever
GG.
had this happen.
Lay it on me.
All right. We're out picking morel mushrooms.
Oh,
Down
yeah.
not those. No, these are good mushrooms. They're
Oh.
good eating
Oh,
ones.
the
So,
edible
yeah.
ones.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
with my mother-in-law at the time.
Oh,
all right,
okay.
so
All right.
we're down. We're picking all these morel mushrooms down at the Missouri River in North Dakota, and we're picking all these things up, and we get just bushels of them. Bushels of them. We bring them back to the land, and all of a sudden you look down, and I looked at my arms, and you could just feel your body crawling.
Chiggers.
Ticks.
Oh, ticks.
Ticks.
Oh,
Infested
Lord.
with ticks. I ended up stripping down right there, taking off, and south of the border, there were at least, we counted 27 ticks that were south of the equator that were crawling around in Chonerville. Now, I'm telling you what, you get the creepy crawlies when you pick off
No, I
what
feel
literally
like I
were
could
like
pass
100
out
ticks.
right now, man.
See, ticks down there just should not happen. And there's not a shot. You go to your doctor and you say, I got crotch ticks. Try that.
No, penicillin ain't gonna help that one.
There's no.
It's helped with all the other stuff.
Oh, you know how many matchbooks he went through touching the head on that?
Yeah. All right, that's a show.
Turn in
killer.
your cards. We have a bingo.
Yeah,
I did it.
that's a
I did it.
showstopper
I
right
took
there.
him out right
I
there.
thought bed bugs were bad, but
That's bad, isn't it? Yeah. Never eaten a morel mushroom since.
I don't blame you.
No,
At all,
that's-
dude. That's on the ban list the very first second.
So, how'd that do for you? You better yet?
No,
Okay, everything's okay.
no, I'm not okay.
I got one more thing I want to check on here. We usually talk about I get in trouble for the less than manly shows I might be watching.
Oh dear God, no, please. We can't make this a segment anymore, Brian. Please.
No,
have
don't
mercy.
worry. Dancing with Stars hasn't started yet. There's a. He's looking. I was about to talk about the meat eater.
No, I was about to grab the hatchet.
Yeah, okay, that's it.
Okay.
No, I want to know if it's worth diving into. I'm hearing so much buzz about a certain show, and I'm wondering if either of you have checked it out before I begin seeing if it's worth a crap. But I am seeing so much buzz about Wanda Vision. And I have yet to dive in, but it looks really intriguing. And I really like Paul Bettany as an actor, the guy who plays the Marvel guy in it. Or
Jarvis,
Jarvis?
the IT voice command that Iron Man uses. Yeah,
That's who that. Okay, so you're familiar
You know
with
what
it.
he's
You've
talking
watched
about?
it.
He's in my realm now. Yes,
Okay.
the connoisseur of the comic book hero stuff. Yes.
Now, is this something brand new, or is this based off of something that already existed?
So the way Marvel's been working, they rely heavily on the comic books, but they do put their own twist into the whole madness of what you see on television versus the comic book stuff. Yes.
What is the premise of this, and what if you would you recommend that
What's it
somebody
called
like
again?
WandaVision?
WandaVision?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys hear. So with Disney Plus being the streaming service that it is, they're just laying out a slew of new shows. Like you guys already know one of the Mandalorian.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
the Star Wars stuff. So they're doing the same thing with Marvel Universe. WandaVision is the start of their TV series for individual comic book heroes. They got the next one coming up, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Right, I've been seeing previews for that.
One, we're very hyped. That was just like a straightforward action flick kind of thing that's going to be like The Expendables. You know it's going to be pure action.
What are y'all watching this on? What
Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
So as for WandaVision, though, it explains the storyline of who she is, what she's about, and the aftermath of what's been happening in the movies. So if you watch the movies, this is the aftermath of what's been happening, and it's going to lead into the new movies. They call this Phase 4 of the Marvel Universe. Phase 1 was the first Avenger movie. Phase 2 was the second Avenger movie. So you can see the Avenger movies as the different phases of what they're doing in the story arc of the grand scheme of things.
See now, but is it something that if you have not been following along and you don't know the flow of all the stories and all that, is it still something that would be entertaining to check out if you don't know that whole realm?
No, so it's entertaining, yes, but you'd be a little lost of what's going on. I say if you've watched the movies, at the very least, like you don't have to watch the TV show like Agents of Shields or anything. Like if you watch Endgame, you'll know what's going on in the WandaVision world. And I do have to put out there though, the first 4 episodes, you're going to be confused as hell.
And that's what I heard because a friend of mine was posting about it, and I think it was about the 5th or 6th episode where he said, I've been waiting for this to grab me, and it finally did. Mm-hmm. And is that what you experienced?
Yeah, no, exactly. Because I get why people were like that. Because my father-in-law, he watched the first 2 episodes, gave up on it because it didn't get to that 5th episode. But they do those 4 episodes for a reason. It's a molasses burn. It's a slow burner. But it pays off at the end because of what they're trying to explain. If we really want to know what's going on in WandaVision in particular, it explains how powerful she really is. And if you want to see some cool action scenes and all that stuff and really be entertained by that stuff, it's definitely your alley up to go check out that show.
Really?
Yeah, again, get past the first 4 episodes. It'll be worth the payoff what you see happen at the very end of everything, especially if you're following the movies. Again, if you know the movies, you can do WandaVision pretty easily.
So short answer is I shouldn't watch it.
Probably not. Scott's just over there.
Sounds like a lot of thinking involved in. No, just hearing the explanation of the show and so forth.
Yeah,
it seems like I have to really pay attention, and I have trouble with those shows. That's why
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, though, go just dive in.
Just dive right in.
They've even mentioned we're keeping that one straightforward, pure action, A to B. Nothing diverts from that whole process. So
see, I'm more comfortable with Northwood's Law and Lone Star Justice and those kind of things.
Critivision comes out. You're gonna want to follow that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to follow that from
nothing
the
on that.
Wanda ain't got shit on the Critivision, baby.
Okay,
Cisco Vision
coming live.
Don't judge until you see WandaVision. You'd be surprised by how that response.
No. I mean, I've wondered about it because I always look for a new series that might grab me to jump into. Because Scott had recommended The Crown, and
actually, that is a good series. Actually, he's actually on a point.
What's The Crown?
I'm making that up, but I actually
Netflix
did start
special.
The Crown, and it's pretty good.
What is The Crown? No, I'm trying to figure out like what's going to be my next binge thing. What's The Crown?
Oh, it won't be that for you. It's
for you, Scott. The Expanse, man. Just go The Expanse. The sci-fi Amazon. It's a great series, man.
I'm like, yeah.
No, if you want a good sci-fi flick, that's the way to go.
I like watching those action-packed. Like The Mandalorian's cool, but man, is it slow.
That's the point. And I'm actually surprised by that response because it reminds me a lot about you, Scott.
Really?
The kind of that cowboy mentality, man. As a bounty hunter, going around, examining the field. Like, more action than words, but you definitely have a lot of words.
No.
He's got a lot of words for sure, and he's got a lot of action. There's no, but it's still.
That's what's going to be on the Critivision.
No, the Tasmanian Devil actually wrote to Scott and said, y'all need to chill.
Slow down, man. I'm having trouble keeping up.
Before I get canceled, you need to chill, Scott.
Right.
That's what Tasmanian Devil wrote to me.
Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner.
Well, look,
Elmer Fudd.
If you ain't gotten us off yet.
Right.
And by that, I mean,
I'll take you there, baby. I'll take you there.
It's time for me to
That's
leave.
It's going to be in the Critivision.
Where's the tip jar? Oh, man. But hey, I hope you have a wonderful week. That's it. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
I never do.
You know, we just rolled through St. Patty's Day.
Oh, before we bounce here, though, Scott, word on the street here is Brian's parents going to be in town, my friend.
Well,
Look, shut
Brian
up.
came
Shut
in
up.
this
Why,
morning.
James?
Hey, Mom and Dad,
No,
welcome
no.
to town. And Brian come in, and Mom, I did act like this was news to me. I was surprised. We talked, though. I know you coming in, girl. I got dinner lined
Before we wrap up the show, I feel like with the
Yeah.
Scott needed to know there for a
I
second.
got
Brian's
dinner
parents
lined
are
up,
in
baby
town.
girl. And bring Dante. Bring Dante. We're gonna
Where's
walk
that
the
weapon
dog.
you had? Because I'm about to put it between your freaking eyeballs, brother. Talk about my mama.
I love your mama.
Shut up!
And your daddy.
Shut up!
I love your daddy, man. You got a cool daddy.
He
got
is a
cool
good
daddy,
dude,
man. I've heard some
you
stories.
should quit pissing him off because he's
a
going to
cool
throw you down the
dad,
stairs.
Man. Nah, he knows.
All right.
He knows what's up, man. I respect him for it.
Well, Mom and Dad, it's been a pleasure.
Yes,
Yeah.
it
Shut
has.
up, Scott. We'll try to do this again next time, whenever
you
that
know
may
we
be.
will next time, too.
But I quit. I quit. This is the last one. I'm done.